All right, two videos in one day after not making a video for 4 months, but I have some time to make up. And we're gonna talk about AI in this video. So, as a game dev, since I got into it a couple years ago, AI has kind of always been a thing, right? I haven't been doing this for 20 years to where people just had no idea what AI was. Granted, there's always been advancements in learning how to code. Google was a form of not AI, but I'm sure when people went from having to read off a book on learning how to code, and then you have all this experience at your fingertips to, in Google to get that. I'm sure that was kind of an advancement that people saw in the same light as AI. But where I like to concentrate on what I feel like is the most detrimental to both game devs and movies and film, just kind of the whole art industry. That's where it really hurts. That's where I feel like AI is going to kind of attack first, as far as maybe it's not intentional, but it's going to keep getting better. So a couple years ago when I first saw these AI videos, it was like, oh, this is really easy to tell that this is AI. We saw the Will Smith eating pasta scene, and that was like, oh, this is terrible. AI is nothing. And now we're getting to the point in 2025 where I'm seeing videos and it's passing the human eye test, because I feel like I had like a 95% ability to be like, oh, that was AI, or that's AI. And that was just a few months ago. And now we're getting to the point now where I'm seeing stuff and I can't tell, at least for a few moments, or I can't tell initially that that's AI. And that's not good, because as a game dev, as someone who plays games, I feel like if any of you are in the same position, like even if you just play video games or watch TV or art, you're going to be able to tell just off the human eye test that, oh, this is AI. And now we've reached a point to where that's going to be a lot harder, and it's only going to get worse. So how does that affect us negatively? I mean, maybe it doesn't affect you personally, but there's going to be a ton of artists, and we've been talking about this for years now. It affects artists the most, but we just saw League of Legends, the possibly the biggest gaming company in the world, at least one of the most popular games in the world. They just put out a trailer. Granted, it was, I believe, League of Legends China, so it wasn't the main League of Legends. But the League of Legends China, like Wild Rifts or something, put out an AI produced cinematic trailer, which is just crazy, because if you know anything about League of Legends, possibly their most popular thing is the cinematic trailers. Like, they've top of the line, best in the world. Their cinematic trailers have always been the most impressive thing, like almost in all of gaming media. It literally spawned a TV show. It was that good. Their trailers for a video game were so good that it made an entire Netflix show. So that is very disappointing, and it goes to show that the industry is not really fighting back against the AI takeover. There could be pushback. There could be companies that say, hey, we're going to crack down on this. And to me, the two biggest media sites, at least for me and people in my circle, in the game dev circle, is X and YouTube. I love YouTube. Like, YouTube is by far the social media site that I'm on, if you want to consider it social media. But YouTube has always been a part of my life. And over the last couple years, I've seen video after video of just AI slop to people. Some of the stuff that annoys me the most, I guess it's not even AI, is that people will put like just a meme over a template and use AI to spam the video 100 times with different text over the video. It's just complete slop. And now we're seeing, prominent figures like League of Legends. And I just saw Elon Musk tweet yesterday saying that he wants to use his AI to make video games. And I'm a big fan of what SpaceX has done, what Tesla's done, especially Neuralink and SpaceX. I'm really into outer space stuff. But it's kind of disappointing to see from someone like Elon, because I've seen videos of him, appreciating video games, playing video games when he was younger. And you would think that someone who, he obviously knows gaming engineers, gaming developers. He's obviously in touch with that. I feel like he's kind of overlooking that to engage in this. I want to compare this to the space race. If you guys know anything about the space race, there was this huge competition between the United States and I believe it was the Soviet Union at the time, but Russia, essentially USA versus Russia, was competing to get to the moon to advance outer space technology, and it kept pushing the boundaries for space flight and just getting to space itself, right? Russia sent the first person to space, and then the United States fired back and eventually got the first person on the moon. And that was great, right? That was inevitable in a way, but it was something that was positive. It was something that the world could, come together and say, this was really good. But AI destroying game developers' jobs, not really game developers' jobs, but artists' jobs, it's not good. I don't think there's anything good about it. And filling the internet with complete slop, with humanless garbage is I don't see any good in that. So I'm not telling people to give up completely, but just be prepared in the next 5 to 10 years. Like, this is, if you're a game developer, if you're an artist, you need to really lock in for the next 5 to 10 years, because after that, I don't know how much room there's going to be for real artists. There's always going to be a market for real artists. I'm sure there will be a blowback to where I would take advantage of that. If you're an artist, if you're someone whose job has been affected by AI, I would advertise yourself as someone who is actually, taking the time to make real art, because people do want to buy that. And there is still, in my opinion, a better quality to people who make real art. I'm not just saying that to support that. There's genuinely, with AI, some stuff that's still off, and it's always going to be until it just gets completely mastered. And that's why I say 5 to 10 years is my prediction for fully made movies, TV shows, dialogue. We've already got to the point where they can create completely realistic humans. And then there's another thing where we're going to start seeing it's going to be like iRobot. There's going to be real life humanoid robots, and that's a whole nother story. But I don't want to cause people panic. It's, there's still some cool stuff to do with AI, so I don't want to be like completely doomer about it or depressed about it. But there's elements of it that are really, for lack of a better word, depressing. But don't give up on anything, and just, if you're an artist, just keep grinding. And like I said, put it out there that you're a real artist, and people will support that. At least I will. People that I know will. So we'll see what happens in the next couple years. I hope Elon changes his mind to making video games with AI. He wants to make an entire studio that produces AI video games, which I feel like is not capable yet. Yeah, you can make image generation, you can use elements of AI to make a game, but it can't just make a game, because it will be there will be no point of the game. Like, you could possibly make something like, yeah, you can make a shooter to where you go around and shoot, a random opponent, but there's still going to be no life to the game, because human innovation won't be matched for a very long time, if ever. So that right there is our saving grace as far as kind of keeping AI at bay. But I don't want to downplay how far it's advanced, because I'm seeing video after video of being like, okay, oh wow, that's AI. So anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comments, and hoping to get a devlog out in the next couple months. I'm going to fire up Unity. I've been working on a few different projects that I'm hoping to incorporate in back to school, but I have to learn character creation and some animation stuff, and then I'm working on a few smaller projects that may or may not be included in back to school, but it's just kind of keeping me I need to keep coding. I need to keep working on little things, or I'm not going to be able to produce a massive game like Back to School. So make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.